magic and explore the most. Stories full of wonder, fantastical delights. Open your eyes and see the parade come to life. Fancy's parade, Fancy's parade. Join the parade, Fancy's parade, parade. Fancy's parade, Fancy's parade. Join the parade, Fancy's parade.
Swapfell Redemption. Your amber necklace is emitting a soft glow as it floats away from your body. Letting your magic flow into the necklace, you look for magical items, hopefully items you haven't already found. Following your necklace, Ember and Sun float around you. They switch sides occasionally, keeping their eyes peeled for anything suspicious, dutifully watching over you while being dramatic. Guys, you don't have to be on high alert, relax a bit. You try to get them to calm down, knowing they're only partly playing around. Sun flies in front of your face, shaking his tiny head with a serious look, before going back to guard duty. He's right, we must look out to P. protect you. Ember explains. Bones rattling with chuckles, you shake your head. Who are you to deter them from their escort mission? You know Mars order asked Sun to go with you to make sure you're safe. Ember just came to hang out. You're a little annoyed, but you get it, can't be too careful with teleporting stalker skeletons. You should just be happy they're letting you outside at all. Then again, you do feel slightly safe. If anything happens, they can get the others. During your walk you find some human trash, nothing magical, it was just the nothing of value either, not even an empty glass jar. Your necklace is still guiding you, but so far you don't see a whole lot of magical items. There doesn't seem to be a lot of magical energy here either. Makes scene, since a lot of mystical beings have avoided this mountain after the war. Continuing your long and boring walk, Ember and Sun try to convince you to explore different parts of the mountain, but you are determined to follow your necklace. The two start to relax with no threats nearby and nothing eventful happening within the past couple of hours. The forest is pretty and peaceful, very calming compared to your last couple of days. Out of the corner of your socket you spot 2 rows of tall thin trees, creating a path off to the left. They were as tall as redwoods. Maybe even taller, since you couldn't even see the treetops. Your necklace was pointing straight, but the tree path was off to your left. You wanted to explore the path, but you also really want to continue following your necklace. What if you were almost there? Those L. Look like the T. Reese from the underground. Ember comments, floating near the trees as he inspects them. Pausing in your thoughts. Well, that settles that, we're going left. Starting your march towards the dense rows of tall trees, Ember and Sun follow close behind. The grass under your feet is soon replaced with a light layer of snow. That's weird, some areas have such a heavy density of magic that it can affect environment, giving it a different climate for that area or even a different time zone. Okay, well, now that you think about it, it's not that weird. Now it's really Lee. Snowden. Ember exclaims with mixed emotions. He seems excited but also confused. What's Snowden? You ask, the three of you continuing down the path. It's a place in the underground. My brother and I used to live there. Ember explains sadly. You decide not to push considering what you recently learned about their past. You consider leaving the area, but the trees are too dense for you to lead through. It'd be easier to stick to path. Sun tries to comfort him while your group continues walking. The further in you go, the gloomier and more foreboding it feels. Finally reaching the end of the makeshift path, you come to a clearing. Looking around, the clearing is covered in autumn-colored leaves, and in the center is a lone dying tree. The tree is massive but not as big as the trees outlining the path. This one is thick rather than tall, about as wide as a shed. Entering the clearing, your feet crunch down on the leaf below. An unsettling feeling crawls up your spine as you continue forward, like you shouldn't be here. Barely registering that there's no grass beneath the leaves, only firm dirt that could pass as a concrete. The trees outlining the clearing are mostly regular trees, but a few of the pine trees look to have snow on them, another tree you've never seen before. The three of you continue onward, rounding the giant tree. A little further ahead is a wall of tall blue grass. See grass? Ember voices. The grass comes up to your chest, tall enough to hide a child. Carefully navigating through the grass, you stop on the edge of the bank. There's a small stream glowing a beautiful cyan color, separating this clearing from the other. Gently rocking with the current are blue lily pads and blue cattails. There are a few rocks and stones laid about just close enough to make a path. You could always turn back, but it felt rude. Carefully hopping on the slippery stones with both Ember and Sun encouraging you, you make it to the other side. This clearing was a bit different from the other one. The ground was covered in blue grass with tiny cyan glowing mushroom that grew in pairs of 3. A few trees were scattered about, the trunk is blue at the top, gradually shift to white at the bottom, and the top was cone-shaped with a blue gradient. The top was a dark midnight blue which blends into a light cyan color at the base of the leaves. Once again, the trees boarding the clearing are mostly typical regular tree, but there are a few of those snow-covered pine trees from the other area. Continuing forward, the foreboding feeling never leaves. Sun lands on your shoulder, steadily moving towards the crook of your neck, and Ember hugs your right shoulder. He's so snug against you, he's almost phasing into your arm. This.L looks like W water.fall. Another place in the underground? You ask, already knowing the answers. He gives a short nod as you continue forward. What happened here? Do monsters live here? Did they used to live here? Why is this area only affected by monster magic? A feeling tickles at the back of your mind. You have an idea, but you aren't sure if you want to see the results. Looking around, the tickling feeling at the back of your skull continues. Stretching your back, you refocus your magic to your eye sockets rather than your necklace. Focusing, you look around. There isn't much to see but faint wisp of smoke floating along the ground. However, the smoky wisps start to form faint smoky bodies. Monsters. Most of them appear to be skeleton monster, but there are a few other types as well. Bones shuddering in a gasp. A horde of ghost monsters skeletons drift towards you. A shaky hand covers your mouth as the other rests upon your sternum. What happened to you? Ember and Sun both seem confused as they look at you and the direction you're staring in. One of the ghosts drifts forward. She's female in bone structure and you can barely make out bits of armor. Placing her hand upon your shoulder, she glances at Ember with a saddened smile. Hum. She asks, voice faint and echoey. Nodding your head in stunned silence, she slowly points off to the side before she fades away. The other ghosts slowly fading away as well, with waves and whispers of goodbye. All with a saddened smile on their face. Ember is crying ghostly tears, although he doesn't know why. Looking at you with confusion, you give him a reassuring aura. I'll explain later. Once all the ghosts leave, you walk to where she pointed. Not seeing anything, you slowly fade through the ground, leaving Ember and Sun to wait for you above ground. Sinking down through the layers of dirt, eventually you can make out glints of metal and bits of fabric. Stopping at a piece of armor that appears in front of you, you know it was hers. Hesitant to touch it, you look it over first. Rusted silver armor with a tattered and ripped cloak. It looks like a knight's armor with a shield beside it. Still hesitant but knowing it's what she wanted, you take the shield and the torn cloak and slowly return to the surface. Sun and Ember rush towards you upon your ascent, happy that you're back and okay. Ember with tear-stained cheeks is looking at the items you're holding with confusion. What is? I'll explain as we walk. I believe it is time we leave. Heading towards the other end of the clearing, you explain what you think happened here. I believe this is one of the sites where the monster-human war took place. A gasp escapes Ember. A lot of monsters died here, that's why the area is so different. Years of being untouched with monsters' magic deep within the ground has altered the area. So that was a war site, yes. Stopping at the edge of the clearing, you turn around and look the place over once again. So many monsters have lost their lives here, so many skeletons gone. Please take care of them. Her words echo in your skull. Bowing, you take a moment to pay your respects. Once you're finished, you wait for Ember and Sun to finish paying their respects. Placing the shield and cloak into your bag, they finish and turn to you. I.S.I.T.O.O.K.T.O.T. Take T.Hat. Gently running your hand over your bag, you nod your head. It's fine. Staring at Ember, you feel a wave of conflicting emotions. I'll tell you when I meet the others. Please. Understand. Ember glances at you and then your bag before nodding his head. The three of you go back to following your necklace in silence. A somber mood as your group continues to walk, everyone's mind busy thinking of other things. If they were ghosts, monster ghosts, then why couldn't Ember see them? Or he did but he just isn't telling me. He was crying after she left. And if they're both ghosts of monsters, then why are their forms so different? They were wispy like puffs of smoke and could barely hold their forms. It was almost like they came back just to deliver a message before returning home, to the other side. Suddenly Sun is flying around in your face in an attempt to stop you. However, you don't stop, causing Sun to fly into your eye socket. The feeling of feather light touches on the inside of your skull, snaps you out of your thoughts, causing you to stop. Your sudden laughter catches Ember's attention, bring him to a stop as well. He turns around to see you hunched over laughing with Sun playfully tickling you from inside your skull. It's weird but cute. Finally, after moments of non-stop laughter from you and Ember, Sun leaves you socket with a proud expression and sense of accomplishment. Taking in your surrounds to see why Sun stopped you. Your necklace is glowing blindly bright. You're not quite sure how you missed it. In front of you is the mouth of a cave, but not just any cave. Oh no. You have a strong feeling, that this cave is a dungeon. Happily bouncing on the balls of your feet, you check the entrance for any indication that this is a dungeon, and if so, the type of dungeon. Excitedly pacing around the dungeon, you can pick up multiple magic signature, meaning either a lot of magical animals live here, or it is indeed a dungeon. You're going to have to come back later, maybe see if you can find any info on the dungeon and what supplies you should bring. If this is a starter dungeon for beginners, maybe you can be the Skeleton Brothers. Pulling out your phone, you jot down the location of the dungeon, and while you're at it you also make a note on the location of the war site. Wondering if the monsters know about the place yet. Deciding it was time to head home, you turn back, making sure to go around the war site as you have disturbed it enough for one day. The walk back home is filled with talks of dungeons and the possible traps, puzzles, and enemies they hold. Not to mention the rewards. Somewhere during the conversation Sun flies away only to come back excitedly tugging on your shirt, bag, anything they could grab really. Giving in, you follow the excitable butterfly to a pocket in the forest. A small, open area surrounded by 4 trees. The roots of the trees are mostly above ground and the branches cross and overhang above, giving just enough room for a conveniently shaped merchant shop. The tree trunks are a dark brown with green moss growing on it. The leaves are black with white moss hanging from the branches. You believe they're called spooky hanging moss. Looking around the area, you can already imagine a little shop here, and Mars could even set up a hammock, or he'd probably just sleep in the hanging branches. Chuckling, you give Sun a thumbs up, watching them do flips in return. Snapping a picture of the area with Sun happily in the middle, you send it to Mars, letting him know that Sun found him the perfect spot for his little shop. Do you want me to make a note of where it is? Sun puffs their little chest out with pride, indicating that they can remember where it is. Giggling, the three of you continue on your way until Sun dives bomb you, landing square on the side of your face as a being wraps their body around you and teleports away. Still wrapped in the stranger's embrace, face pushed flush against their chest, you don't see much. Hearing a hiss of pain from your captive, they release you. Sun is flying in front of you in a protective stance, Ember appearing beside you looking frantic. "It's okay Ember, we're fine. He hasn't hurt us yet." Watching Stalker Paps glares at Sun. Should we get the others? Ember asks, watching the other skeleton very closely. "Not yet, let's see what they want first. They, or more specifically he has been stalking you for the past couple of days. He must want something from you and you're going to find out what. 'Cause damn it, you're tired of being stalked." The sound of heels clicking on tiled floor can be heard down the hall, growing louder as the tiny skeleton appears in the doorway. Memories of your last encounter flashes through your skull, causing your aura to darken. Your bones make a hollow dry grinding noise, causing the other two skeletons to wince while Sun shifts to hover between you and both skeletons. "Oh, relax. We aren't going to hurt you. If we wanted you dead you would be dead already," the tiny skeleton says as he takes a step forward. Before his foot can even touch the floor, a gust of wind hits him, pushing him back a bit. A warning from Sun. The tiny skeleton looks annoyed and you decide to quickly check his states. Sans. LV1. HP 23,394. MP7. EXP 15. He's curious. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of freaking HP and MP. Never in your life have you seen a skeleton with states that high before. Glaring at you, skeleton. Who are you and what are these mystics? He demands with an authoritative voice. First, why did you try to kill me? Tilting your head to the side, you're curious. He looks shocked for a moment before quickly brushing it away with a wave of his hand. I thought you were a threat, but obviously you aren't. There seems to be a different meaning behind the latter half of that sentence, but you aren't sure. No. His smile twitches as he crosses his arms over his chest. No, what? He says through clenched teeth. I won't tell you anything about Mystic or myself for that matter. You state calmly. Sun and Ember teleport away at the sound of Bandana San's growls. Wish I could teleport too. You think with a pout, missing the surprised looks on their faces. His grip tightens on his arms as he continues to glare at you. Stalker Pap is standing behind him now at attention, trying to look disinterested in the events taking place. Glad my possible death bores you, Stalker. I am not giving you a choice here. Either tell me what you know or I will make you talk. No. And what can you do? I'm not dependent on you, you don't have any power over me, and you don't own me. I have no reason to listen to your demands. It's hard to get information out of a mystic skeleton and even harder to torture. Most torture methods don't work on a mystic skeleton and you doubt they know how to torture one. Besides, if I want to, I can literally take the others and leave right now. Go to the mystic realm where you can't follow, and even if you did manage to find the mystic realm, you still wouldn't be able to find us. The air around him deflates a little at the revelation. He doesn't say anything as he thinks over what to do. Stalker Pap is starting to look nervous, eye sockets shifting from Bandana Sans to you. Clapping your hands once to gain their attention. From the way I see it, you have two options. Your friends teleport into the room, Mars, Sun, and Dust ready to fight, while Jupiter and Ember check to see if you're okay. Quickly signing to Jupiter that you are indeed fine, you continue. 1. Both of you can apologize to me and my friends. Everyone stares in shock, except for Sun, who nods in agreement. Bandana Sans opens his mouth to argue, but you cut him off. You need to apologize for trying to kill me and to them for giving them the bare minimum to survive, not live. Option 2, you better have a damn good reason for why you attacked me and why they were treated so poorly. If you want to associate with me or learn about Mystic in general, you better pick one of those options. The room is quiet while they wait for Bandana-san's reaction. Dust and Mars both looking smug as they await an apology. They know he won't give. Jupiter is looking slightly hopeful along with Ember. They would both like to know the reasoning behind Black's mistreatment. They have a hunch as to why they're being treated this way but still have hope that maybe it was just a misunderstanding or maybe even unintentional. Stalker Pap is glaring daggers at Dust and Mars, looking like a hound dog waiting for the order to attack. Meanwhile Bandana Sans has been glaring at everyone, mainly Dust and Mars, but also you. Shoulders shaking, grip tightening, and foot rapidly tapping with aggravation. Closing his eye sockets, he yells in frustration, "Get out!" Opening his eyes, he glares at everyone, "Get out of my house!" Not needing to be told twice, Mars and Dust teleport you and Jupiter out of their house and back to your living room. Mars and Dust collapse in a fit of laughter on the couch, while Jupiter frantically checks you over for any injury. I wonder if this means they'll leave me alone now?
I'm glad you enjoyed that video/gameplay. Just remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Until next time, goodbye!